Hey folks, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. So, the British heavyweight title is now David Adeleye's. Well, not without some controversy. It was actually a really uninteresting or not fan-friendly fight, to be perfectly honest. In my notes that I was making as I was watching it, I had round one, underwhelming, mutual hugging. Round two, competitively scrappy. Round three, a bit better, some jabbing. TKV turned his back at one stage and then got punched in the back for his efforts, which the referee warned Adeleye about. At this point, I should say that, honestly, I found the referee to be like an old woman. He seemed intent on not letting a fight break out. Round four, TKV got his jab going. And at that point, I would say that TKV was winning the fight, to be perfectly honest. I think he had the better footwork, he had the better jab, he didn't look like he was fond of training, to be perfectly honest. He was not in good shape. Adeleye is in good shape, but Adeleye seemed stiff. TKB, I thought was frustrating Adeleye a little bit. Round five, I heard one of the commentators say, the fight could do with a bit more action. I'm thinking, yeah, it could do with a lot more action. I was on a WhatsApp group with some of the other Porky's Corner guests, and I said, Sir Henry Cooper must be spinning in his grave at the thought of these guys fighting for his Lonsdale belt, because it was very uninteresting. And I thought, if it carries on like this, it's going to be a boring points win, probably for TKV. And then there was an instance where Adeleye had his forearm in TKV's throat, and there was this hugging. This is in round six, right? And there was this mutual hugging. And then the ref, again doing his old woman thing, comes in to try and break them up. He's slapping hands and he pulls one of TKV's left hand, pulls his hand. So everybody, who would be thinking, oh, okay, he's going to separate them, he's going to move them apart. And at that precise time, Adeleye catches TKV right on the chops. TKV goes down. He gets up, he's on very unsteady legs. Well, he's given it just a little bit of time, of course. Then the ref allows the fight to continue. And at that point, Adeleye, who is a good finisher, unleashes everything he's got, and TKV goes down for the second time. Boom, face down. Fight's waved off, it's all over, bar the shouting. And there was more shouting than there was action in the ring. Ben Davidson was in the face of the referee. Everybody else was talking. The commentators played back the first knockdown, because it's the first knockdown that's important. There's no issue with the second knockdown, but the first knockdown sets the stage for the second knockdown, because the first knockdown is the one that really did the damage. The TKV was wobbly, right? And the referee had interfered with the fighters to try and break them. He touched the fighters' hands. And in that time when TKV would be like, oh, okay, I got a break now. Boom, gets hit. So I think there's a case to be made there for some sort of appeal. I suppose the remedy for an appeal would be you get a rematch. Oh, dear. Oh, do we really want to see a rematch? David Adeleye, when interviewed after his hand had been raised, said, well, something similar happened to me when I lost against Wardley. Wardley hit me on a break or something like that. That's not my memory of what happened. But anyhow, he said, basically sometimes you're a beneficiary of these things and sometimes you're not. Sort of swings and roundabouts, I guess he was sort of saying. It was an unsatisfactory ending for what was actually a thoroughly unsatisfactory fight. There was little action, And I'm very pleased that I didn't pay to watch this other than my DAZN subscription. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, David Adeleye, British champion, but not without controversy. So there we are. He's saying he wants to fight anybody that his team and promoters put in front of him and all that sort of stuff. Well, I don't know. He did admit in the post-fight interview in the ring that it wasn't fan-friendly because he knows everything that TKB does. He had a plan, etc., so forth, whatever. But he would be the first to admit probably that it was not a fan-friendly fight. It most certainly wasn't. So there we go, guys. That's all I've got. Please like, share, and subscribe. And protect yourself at all times, even when the referee's told you to break, I guess. That's the lesson we learned from this one. Cheers. Have a great day.